Welcome to Watch, Review, Repeat. This is the podcast where two best friends discuss the latest in film and television and then do it all over again the following week. My name is Colton Brown, and joining me is Andrew Meadows.
Colton Brown, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm doing just fine. How about yourself?
Doing okay. Fixing to go on a trip. We're going to try to record this thing before we leave tomorrow, so...
Well, where are you heading?
We're going to Georgia. Me and my father are going to Georgia to ride dirt bikes.
Oh, more dirt bike riding. Well, we'll have to hear about that the next time we record.
That's it.
Yeah, we are doing our annual installment of a look ahead to what is theoretically the next year, but is in fact the current year, which would be 2020. We're taking a look ahead to maybe some television shows that we have to look forward to, maybe some films that we have to look forward to, and maybe some things that maybe don't reach those heights, but are things that maybe are on our radar for other reasons. So we'll have to see, and we'll have to kind of hash it out. Super Bowl happened. Did you happen to catch it?
I did. I caught it all.
Ooh, commercials and all too.
Commercials and all too. Yeah.
Are you a fan of the baby nut movement?
The baby nut. That's such a fucking cop out. Come up with your own shit. That's what I think about Baby Nut.
Baby Yoda's popular, right?
It's fucking stupid.
I saw a meme. It was Don Draper, and it's, what if we do Baby Yoda, but he's a nut, basically, with like a derpy face. It's pretty good. Yeah, what'd you think? Were you rooting for the Chiefs, 49ers? Any real stake in the game?
No real stake in the game. I know Sarah lived in Kansas for a little bit of time, so I know she was rooting for Kansas.
Uh-oh. Have you made a Donald Trump-esque mistake with your geography here?
Well, I guess it's not Kansas City. It's not Kansas City, right?
Correct. It's the Missouri variety. There is a Kansas City in Kansas, but
there is.
Yeah. But close. They're close.
Yeah.
We'll give you that. Closer than Florida, per se.
Yeah. So I think she was rooting for them. It looked like they were playing like a little bit of assholes there on the defense. It looked like they were especially fucking really shitty. Did you catch any of that?
In what way? Asshole-ish in what way?
Just being overly aggressive on the defense, like post play.
Not anything that I caught, but doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Yeah, it just seemed, I don't know, it seemed like a couple of plays they were acting like shitheads. But it was a close game. It was definitely an entertaining one.
It's an entertaining game. I don't know if you watched last year, the Rams and the Patriots, but it was just a fucking boring-ass game. And this one was fun, down to the wire, comeback mounted in the fourth quarter, a little bit of a choke job on the 49ers' behalf. But, they had an opportunity at the end and couldn't capitalize. So, yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. We had a few TV spots that came up that we will maybe talk about later on. Maybe some cool shit we want to touch on. So it was a good game. I just figured I'd bring it up since it happened. It was a big deal, and Paul Rudd is a Chiefs fan, so of course I'm happy I'm happy for Paul Rudd, because how could you not be happy for Paul Rudd? You have to be a monster. 2020, a look ahead. I mean, we've done this a couple times now. This is now our third time doing it. I did try to reshape things a little bit. I always try to look back on what worked before and try to revise from there. I think what we ran into in the past couple times that we did it is we got way too bogged down in talking about a bunch of shit that we probably weren't going to ever really sink our teeth into. A lot of TV shows have been like, here's 50 new shows that are to come out. Like, we're not going to watch 50 fucking new shows. Like, it's just not going to happen. I mean, if you listen to our last episode, we just talked at length about how we don't have time for any of this shit, and we're just like, fuck. So what I tried to do is I tried to organize things by network or like streaming platform, for example, just so that it's a little bit more organized, as opposed to here's a bunch of shit that's coming back, here's a bunch of new shit. We'll talk about some returning shit, we'll talk about some new shit, but I think it's been a little bit more culled down, hopefully, to our preferences, towards our interests, and it's not just rehashing things that we've seen before or maybe interested in. There will be some new stuff spiced in there, but I'm hoping to make it a little bit more condensed on the TV side. And then the film side it's kind of the same way, where it's not every fucking film coming out. It's things that we will probably see. Maybe we won't cover everything that we have. I don't think we'll have time to do that for sure. But things that with an AMC A-list type thing where, hey, will I want to see this? Yeah, sure, why not? Or is it going to make some money, or is it going to interest a few people, etc.? It's all kind of cabined within that criteria of, well, maybe it's worth talking about. Maybe we'll want to, take a dive into it at some point. whether it's a deep dive or whether it's just a, hey, what'd you see this past week that we didn't talk about in this episode kind of thing. Either way, it's also meant to be, in some ways, a preview, not only for you, but primarily for our listeners in the sense of, hey, here's some of the things that are on our radar. If you kind of agree with what the things that we like, maybe it'll be on your radar too. So a lot of these things will have teasers, trailers, and stuff like that. We're not going to get into super depth with all that. I didn't ask Andrew to watch all of these trailers, these 90 trailers for all these mini shows and such. So yeah, it's really just meant to be kind of an introductory thing of, hey, maybe you might enjoy some of these things like us. So all that said, that is meant to, again, basically indicate this is not an exhaustive list. That's kind of the bottom line. Any dates that we mention, especially on the film side, we're kind of avoiding dates for the most part. On the TV side, all subject to change. This is as of recording it, technically in February. Yeah, I mean, just in terms of ground rules, we're just going to talk speculation, predictions. Really anything goes. It's really just hot takes, reactions, and whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. So I think I'm going to get right into it if you're okay with that.
I am okay. Let's do it.
All right. Well, so we're going to start on the TV side, and then we'll shift over to the films coming out in 2020. So on the TV side, as I said, I'm going to organize it kind of by type, which is a little bit different. So I'm going to start with the network side of things. I tried to keep it, again, culled down to things we might practically see, whether one of us will see it or not, whatever. But Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's kick this off with an ABC television show coming back for its final season, the seventh season. I didn't finish for the previous season either, but it is on Netflix, I believe.
There we go.
So we have a way to watch it, and then this will be coming back. I'm not sure exactly what the date is on when it's coming back, but I think they put out this is the final. This is the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Absolutely. I think it's another shorter season. I think season 6 was only 12, 13, somewhere around there, and I think this is kind of meant to be the same way, where it's a shorter episode order. And I have to imagine this is probably coming out, I feel like sooner rather than later, because I think that they showed a teaser or something for this at D23 or something like that. I didn't watch it because I was a little worried about spoilers from season 6, but all I'm seeing right now is mid-2020 is when it's expected to debut.
All right.
But it's going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 episodes. We got 13 episodes coming for season 7.
Tight.
So, yeah, and season 6 was also 13. I just fact-checked that as well. So, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you in? You think you're ready? I mean, 7 seasons is far more than anyone expected.
With it being a definitive end of the series,
mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more incentive to watch it. You know what I mean? The show's had its up and downs. I'm pretty much almost. I mean, I'm not almost caught up. I'd say, I guess, half a season behind. But
I think that's where I'm at with it as well.
But I mean, all things considered, I mean, that's pretty far. That's not too much to catch up on, though.
Right,
it's
exactly. That's 6, 7 episodes.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So, if I know that the end of the season's next mid 2020, I think that's something worth watching. To wrap the whole series up, you know what I mean?
Right, I agree with you.
Totally.
Sounds like we're both a yay on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. coming back for its final season. So maybe people can look forward to us talking about that at some point. I know you're super hyped for Stargirl.
Definitely.
Coming simultaneously to the CW and the DC Universe streaming platform, which is kind of interesting. I don't know exactly what's going on with it in terms of its placement in the Arrowverse and such. Maybe Crisis has affected some changes that I don't know about because I'm still 2 years behind on my CW stuff. Don't worry about it. I'm catching up very slowly but surely. Stargirl, so it's another Jeff Johns, DC Comics superhero. Courtney Whitmore discovers a powerful cosmic staff. Stepdad used to be a hero, so she becomes a hero. Pretty bog standard origin story. But I'm assuming that you're not in on this one. Is that correct to say?
Yeah, I probably won't catch this one. I tried to watch Swamp Thing, and I really liked the pilot.
Right.
And it was very discouraging that they said, "Hey, listen, we're done with the shit like 3 episodes in."
I heard it was good, even through the end, but yeah, it was talk about sending a bad messages after the pilot airs. Be like, we're shutting this shit down. So yeah, that's totally a fair response.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
I
last
don't know.
CW thing I watched. Got excited
that was
about
that was
CW.
DC Universe.
It was
Yeah,
DC,
right.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I hear
you
ya.
know, you get piped up, you get pumped up about a DC, IP, and you don't get 3 or 4 episodes in before they said it's done. It's like, fuck, what are you people doing? Like, I don't understand. Anyways, I digress.
I hear ya.
We talk about it a lot.
We do. We can talk about some FX shows coming up. We got one called Impeachment: American Crime Story, centering around the impeachment of one President Bill Clinton, which occurred during our lifetimes. We were a little bit younger. I don't think we quite really understood what was going on at the time, but certainly we're embroiled in the midst of a current impeachment / acquittal as of today.
It's acquitted,
very, very, very legitimate acquittal, of course. Certainly no
We'll
voting
talk
along
about that
party
after
lines,
the air. I don't
aside or anything, but it's another Ryan Murphy gig. He's done all these American Crime Story, American Horror Story, all this shit. I haven't watched any of them, but I've heard a lot of the American Crime Stories were pretty good. They did the OJ one, and then they did the Versace one, and I heard both were really good. And so maybe this one will be too. I don't know. It certainly seems timely.
I won't watch it.
Yeah, I kind of figured that, but again, not everything I'm putting on the list here is necessarily for you, and maybe it's not even necessarily for me. Maybe our
It could be for you though. Yeah, you're a law guy.
Yeah, it might be interesting, certainly. But
I need to listen
again,
to the
I'm just
news about
pointing out
what's
some things that might be kind of in the
topical.
news and in the
That's true.
discussions, topical and such. So yeah, this I think would qualify as one of those. And
Absolutely, I agree.
Ryan Murphy is a very prolific television showrunner. I don't know where he finds the time. But anyway, another FX show coming theoretically this year is one that's been delayed many times. It's called Y, based off of the comic series Y: The Last Man.
Oh, shit. They've been talking about that for like a decade, right?
Yeah, it's maybe half a decade, maybe a full decade. Fuck, I don't know. But it's been, it's a comic from the early 2000s, I think, when it was written, 2002 to 2008. They're supposed to make a movie about it. I think that this TV show has been gestating for years and years and years now, and now it's apparently finally set to debut, coming to FX again, as I mentioned. Diane Lane, Barry Keoghan, Imogen Poots, Lashana Lynch. So a few good names in there. Do you know anything plot wise what this kind of revolves around? The Last Man kind of tells you a little bit, but
yeah, I think it's something about reproductive abilities, right? And people the world's become sterile to where they can't reproduce.
I don't know if that may be part of it, but basically there's some sort of event which eliminates every single mammal on the planet except for one, and so it's basically it's a world filled with women and one man, and so it's how does that world work? And as you might expect, that would probably be pretty interesting to see that unfold. So that's what you'd have to look forward to with this television show.
All right, well, sounds cool.
Yeah, again, I think this has lost a few showrunners along the way, but it seems like maybe it's finally solidifying. They filmed the pilot back in 2018, so they must have, taken some time off to reconfigure things, and apparently it's set for a 2020 debut, maybe late 2020. I don't see any specifics on dates or anything like that, but it's a very interesting concept, certainly. So it'd be kind of interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah,
I would say.
I'd be down.
All right. AMC is bringing us a Jason Segel joint called Dispatches from Elsewhere. There's a trailer that came out for this. Do you know anything about it?
Yes. Did I tag you in that on the Facebooks?
You might have. I might have ignored it. But you watched the trailer for this? Or you saw something about it?
Yeah, and it looked pretty fucking cool. Apparently, it's based on a true story. These people wanted like this. I think there's a Netflix documentary or doc pic or something on it.
Okay.
And there was like this elaborate alternate reality game that these people set up, and then as a result of them setting up this incredibly realistic alternate reality game, people got like super sucked into it. And I don't think this is like the biopic or anything like that on that series of events, but it's kind of like a retelling of it, and it's kind of stylized. It's super stylized, and it looks really interesting. It looks.
It does.
It looks almost like Legion-esque, or
I was gonna say, yeah, Maniac as well.
Okay, yeah, exactly. Bingo. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, awesome.
Which is cool. I mean, that's obviously 100% your shit. So.
That is 100% my shit. I am about that. 100%.
Yeah, good.
So.
Another one with a good cast. Jason Segel is great. Richard E. Grant looks great. Sally Field, fucking Andre 3000. Andre 3000 up in this bitch. We got half of Outcast up in here, so that's pretty legit. And it was filmed in Philadelphia. So I remember there was a hoopla a little while back of like, oh my god, Jason Segel's in Philadelphia filming. And I didn't actually see him, but anyway, it's cool.
That is cool. It's cool. Very cool. It looks really.
It's
an awesome trailer. That one was.
I'll read the premise just for those not in the know that haven't seen the trailer. But again, there is a trailer, so maybe check it out if this sounds interesting to you. It's a group of ordinary people who stumble onto a puzzle hiding just behind the veil of everyday life. They will come to find that the mystery winds far deeper than they ever imagined. So that's pretty vague, non-committal, but either way, it's a weird out there kind of premise. But I didn't realize it was based off of anything like true, but even on the Wikipedia it says that it's based off of original stories and content that was created by this kind of group, and then obviously that kind of became its own thing. So that's really interesting. So yeah, this one looks cool. It's debuting very soon, I think, March 1st on AMC. So very cool. The Sinner is coming back for a third season. I figure you're excited for that.
Yeah. So I started a new show called it's back after like a decade hiatus. It's called The Biggest Loser. Have you ever heard of that?
I have heard of that, yeah.
So I started watching The Biggest Loser with Sarah here, and it's a pretty interesting reality TV series. Anyways, we can get into that later. Just I don't know if I fully agree with the premise of the show. We can talk about it later. But anyways, they released a trailer for it, and apparently it starts this Thursday or next Thursday, I think. So yeah, we're both excited about that. Pretty cool show.
Yes, I believe it premieres the 6th, which is tomorrow from recording this. So yeah, Matt Bomer, I guess, joining the cast. Bill Pullman coming back as the I guess the lead detective. I don't know anything about. I know
that
was
on that was on Henry's listening corner, right?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
I thought we talked about it last episode. Anyways, cool show. I like Bill Pullman a lot. I think he's a pretty cool guy. And the past 2 seasons of the show have been pretty. They've been pretty entertaining. I enjoy them. So definitely a cool whodunit kind of deal. So yeah, I'll watch season 3.
All right, good. Last network show that I'm going to mention is Snowpiercer coming to TNT. We did get a trailer for this, I think, last year, maybe Comic-Con-ish or something like that. And, it looks like the movie, but a TV show. I don't know. I think we were kind of a little... I don't know. I don't think either of us was super jazzed by what we saw in the sense of,
it's just like, what do you
need this?
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, that's pretty much it.
So I don't know if I'm like super excited. It's a cool property, and like you could do a lot with it in TV medium, I think. But
as it like in the form of a long form story.
Yeah, maybe. So I this is probably one where I'm like, well, let me wait on the reviews and see if it like kind of shakes out to being something that does something that the movie didn't. Or
Are they doing
builds on it or something?
Do we know about the? What's the way it's worded? The episode plan, is it 8 episodes? Is it 9 episodes? 13 episodes? 4-part miniseries in Chernobyl style.
No, I don't think it's going to be that short. Let me see if I can see if they've announced that yet. Let's see. 10 episodes. 10 episodes. So that's I think that's good. It's a good count. 10 episodes. Do you agree?
That seems like a lot. We'll see what they can do with it. Yeah, I was thinking 8 episodes would have been tight.
I mean, 8, 10. I don't know if there's fundamentally that much of a difference.
Oh, yeah, dude. There's 2 hours there. Easy. 2 hours is a big difference.
Probably 45 minutes. To network show, we got to have ad breaks.
We might be splitting hairs. I don't know. But probably, at the same time, you're on a fucking train.
Mm-hmm. Each episode takes place in a different compartment. That's all you got to do.
Different compartments. Short train for a post-apocalyptic, but we'll see what happens.
They'll skip a few compartments at a certain point. But
one's the bug compartment.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, again, it's still very much a wait-and-see kind of thing. Moving on to HBO. We got some goodies over on HBO. Something that's already started airing is a show called The Outsider, based on, I believe, a Stephen King work, if I'm not mistaken. Have you seen anything on this one by any chance?
I think I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched anything on it though.
I do believe this is the Jason Bateman one, which, let me see if I can dig up some more details on this guy. Okay, so yes, it is adapted from the 2018 Stephen King novel of the same name. Murder mystery, investigators have to believe in the impossible. It's got Ben Mendelsohn, Cynthia Erivo, Jason Bateman, as I mentioned, and a few others. So
That's
it's
cool. I'm about that.
10 episode. I think miniseries. I think it's classified as a miniseries. I don't think it's intended to be, anything much more than that. But it's a, Stephen King murder mystery type thing, with inevitably some supernatural type elements probably sewn in there. So I don't know. I mean, we like. I know you like Stephen King. You've been listening to the man's work for a good while now. So is that anything that maybe strikes your fancy?
Yeah, I think we both like Stephen King stuff.
I think that's true.
I think things are executed better than others. I think certain ideas are better than others. I think he does have a lot of works, but I'm sure it's better than The Dark Tower, right?
Well, I sure fucking hope so. The movie we're talking about,
right. Which was our first podcast. Fun fact.
That's true. Another fun fact: this is the year anniversary from when we both bought webcams, and
is it really?
Finally started looking at each other as we recorded. So
is it really?
Yeah,
that's a cool fun fact.
So there you go. So
another fun fact.
A year of seeing each other.
I got another fun fact.
All right.
That first episode is fun fact. That first episode is watching that movie. I chipped my tooth, and I still have a chip front tooth.
The Dark Tower.
Yep. Anyways,
fucking Dark Tower.
I digress. Moving on.
Well, you like short episode runs. How about a 6-part limited series by the name of The Plot Against America?
Okay.
Starring the Jesus from The Big Lebowski, John Turturro.
Nice.
And Winona Ryder. It's based off of a Philip Roth novel of the same name, and it's an alternate American history told through the eyes of a working-class Jewish family in New Jersey. That it's about the political rise of the populist and xenophobic Charles Lindbergh, who becomes president and turns the nation towards fascism. That almost sounds a little topical, don't you think?
Oh, yes.
So that's is that anything? It's from I think it's being co-written by the creator of The Wire, which people fucking love that show. Still haven't watched it. It's a big blind spot for me, but coming March 16th to HBO. If that's of any interest to you, any interest to our listeners and such.
Yeah, I've always been interested. I think Philip K. Dick has a show on Amazon. Not Philip K. Dick has a show on Amazon, but one of his works has a show on Amazon. I think it's The Man in the High
Castle.
Tower. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've been wanting to catch that for a long time. I think it sounds cool. It sounds like that video game we played, or I played. I don't know if you played it or not. Wolfenstein, just alternate history is kind of cool.
Yes,
and I've been wanting to catch that show for a long time. This sounds cool. It's interesting.
Apparently, so a small correction. I actually, when I saw the author's name, I thought the same thing. This is a different author, actually, Philip Roth versus Philip K. Dick. But clearly, they like to play with similar concepts of alternate realities and shit going sideways pretty quickly.
Well, it's just interesting to think about how, it's topical for a reason, right? How far away are we really from being on the wrong side of history?
Well,
and as it turns out, we're not.
It depends on how things go in November, doesn't it?
We're not very far at all, right? So it's always the other side of the coin. It's always looming. It's always there.
Sure.
And I think it makes those sort of ideas really interesting. So that sounds. If it's short, it's sweet, it's good. It's all. I'm all about it. Chernobyl.
Cool.
I think was my show for the year.
6 episodes. So I think Chernobyl was it was for both of us, and that was 5 episodes. So
yeah, I'm all about it.
You can pack quite a punch in a small package, or at least a smaller package, certainly. So yeah, that's The Plot Against America. I'm going to talk about the other original property coming to HBO probably later in the year. It is a show called Lovecraft Country, which already sounds like something I think that you would dig just from the name. If I'm not mistaken.
Definitely.
Coming to us from Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams. So
Holy
that's,
shit!
quite the combo. It is, I guess Well, okay. I guess that was just kind of confusing. It's a mix of historical fiction and like horror, drawing obviously to some extent on Lovecraft. It's about a couple characters that travel through the 1950s Jim Crow America in search of one of the characters' missing father, so it's, I don't know. You mean the combination alone? I think of those two, creators is really quite interesting. I think in and of itself, but it's about. I mean, I guess I think it is kind of a send up. I think it does have horror elements, but it's kind of mixing. Okay, here's a bunch of racist fucks in 1950s America, and also here's literally fucking Lovecraftian monsters. I think it's kind of a bit of both.
It's cool.
That's a cool, interesting combination, and I think there's a lot of interesting themes and ideas that, if executed well, could really be interesting to watch, I think.
So there's a couple of cool things I think about this project.
All right, tell me about them.
So one thing I really like is I like how Lovecraftian elements and things have been catapulted into the forefront of media, which is pretty neat.
Yeah, sure.
And that's largely due to JJ. I think JJ Abrams really just wallers in that shit, which is cool. One thing that wasn't readily apparent to me is that H.P. Lovecraft was not a very forward-thinking individual.
No, he was not.
He was quite the racist, from what I understand. And I think it's ironic that you have such a creative spirit and just an awesome dude, Jordan Peele, on the forefront of a project, converting his IPs and stuff into modern media. And Jordan Peele is definitely an advocate for progressivism in the way of not being a fucking piece of shit racist. You know what I mean? But apparently I think it's ironic that you have someone like Jordan Peele taking over somebody like H.P. Lovecraft's stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of I don't know what I think about it. I just think it's ironic. Because I really enjoy H.P. Lovecraft's literature. I think it's awesome. I didn't, like I said, until we talked about it, I didn't know that he had the history of being a shitty dude. I had no idea about that. So it's cool that we can kind of get a spin on that to where, it's not, you're kind of taking what's cool from it and leaving the rest behind, which is pretty neat, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a few returning shows to HBO, amongst them Barry for a third season, Westworld for a third season, and Succession for a third season. I think the only one that we're up to date on is Westworld, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
I think it's safe to say we're both looking forward to season 3. Would you agree with that statement?
Yeah, wholeheartedly. Yeah, for sure.
We got Jesse Pinkman coming in, so and things are things have popped off quite a bit by the end of season 2. So what does season 3 do? Well, we'll find out. We'll talk about it. Barry, I'm a season behind on. I think you maybe as well. Did or did not watch season 2?
I did not watch season 2.
Yeah, I really want to go back. I heard it's another good season, so I'm wanting to go back and watch that. And Succession, I've heard, is excellent. I haven't watched either season, so I'm throwing it out there as like a tent pole for myself of like, I want to go back and watch both seasons. So
what
maybe
about
it's
that
anything
show with
that appeals to you too.
Oh, I can't think of the name of it. It's with all the preachers. I started watching that show, and that show was pretty great.
The Righteous Gemstones. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it.
The Danny McBride one and John Goodman.
It's from what I watched like 3 episodes of that, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious. Nobody else seemed to enjoy it.
I don't know if I think it's been renewed. I guess it's been renewed for a second season, but I'm not sure if it'll make it in time for 2020. But that's another one certainly. Yeah, that one looked really funny from the trailer, but I didn't watch any of it. So.
3 episodes in, I was fucking hysterical, but everybody else thought it was weird and kind of goofy. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't finish watching it with anybody.
Yeah, well, if that's one that comes back, then that's another one we can put on the list.
That's it.
So yeah, so there you go. So that's HBO. One I put on here just for you. Stars, bringing back American Gods, season 3.
Show's legit as shit. Everyone should watch it. I think it's great.
There's been a lot of controversy in the build-up to season 3. Now on its 4th showrunner in 3 seasons, Orlando Jones allegedly being fired for his character, quote unquote, sending the wrong message to Black America, something along those lines. And Stars has disputed this characterization, of course, but still, as someone, I mean, does it seem weird for his character to not come back after 2 seasons? I don't know. I haven't watched any of it, so
yeah,
I know you're more familiar with the source material, and Stars' excuse is just like, well, we're not covering shit that he's part of, so why would we need to bring him back? And I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's true. I don't know.
No, I think. Well, I mean, the way that they portrayed his character in seasons 1 and 2, you would think that character would have to be present in season 3.
It's kind of the gist I got, so it sounded
at
like
the
maybe
same
this was some
time,
bullshit, but
for Orlando Jones to claim that he's sending the wrong message, I mean, that's very much how the character's written. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, he's saying he was fired because the new showrunner wanted to change it because the showrunner thought the character was sending the wrong message, as in the new showrunner is coming in and bastardizing basically what the show has been doing for a couple seasons, which again may or may not be true.
That may or may not be true. That's true. Because that's definitely what I mean. He was very blatantly written in a certain way, which was awesome.
Sure.
Orlando Jones nailed that fucking character to a T. It was fucking awesome. I think if Ian McShane, right? He's in that.
Yes.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, all the characters were awesome in that show. For us not to have Orlando Bloom is Orlando Jones, not Orlando Bloom.
he's on that one show on Amazon with, who cares? The dumbest names possible.
Anyways, that's going to be a problem, I think. So
yeah, well, I guess I'll leave it to you to discover how they work themselves out of that corner, I suppose. So
we'll
American Gods season 3 coming in 2020. All right, we're going to move on to the streaming services and maybe try some of these. We can probably get through pretty quickly. CBS All Access, a platform that neither of us have, if I'm not mistaken. Effectively, Star Trek, the streaming platform. Star Trek Picard has already debuted on there. I think that it's currently ongoing. I think it's a weekly drop kind of thing. Sir Patrick Stewart coming back, reprising his role of Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek The Next Generation. Neither of us are Trekkies too much. I think we casually enjoy Star Trek, of the Star Trek that we've been exposed to, but have never been, really super into it in the way that the Trekkies ordinarily would we couldn't call ourselves Trekkies, I guess is what I would say.
No,
I
don't think so.
Star Trek Discovery is also coming back for a 3rd season. Do you see yourself checking out either of these shows? Do you think you're going to have that Star Trek itch at any point? Or are you kind of just being like, I'm good?
I'm good.
All right, fair enough. What about some more Stephen King goodness? An adaptation of The Stand? Is that anything that might appeal to you?
Maybe.
Stephen King's best-selling novel of the same name.
What is The Stand about?
Set in a world decimated by plague and embroiled in an elemental struggle between good and evil. Well, boy, that sounds like Stephen King, doesn't it? Yeah. Let me see if I can dig up some more details, because I'm trying to follow the CBS All Access press release, but they're not giving me enough. There's an accidental release of a strain of influenza that had been modified for biological warfare, which causes an apocalyptic pandemic, killing off over 99% of the world's population. Where the fuck was that in the press release? And
99%, holy shit!
It's a big post-apocalyptic horror fantasy type thing, as written by Stephen King. So it's going to be pretty fucking wild. If I had to guess, I think we're looking at. Probably another 10 episode kind of thing. James Marsden, Amber Heard, Whoopi Goldberg, apparently. How about that?
Wow.
Marilyn Manson as the trash can man. And Alexander Skarsgård as Randall Flagg. So I think there was previously a another TV version, like a miniseries on ABC, if I'm not mistaken, in the 90s. Never saw it, but I think that's kind of, people will probably recognize that. But 10 episodes. Stephen King, The Stand, post-apocalyptic, shit's going down, shit's wild. Is that anything you might be in? Is that enough to compel you to the CBS All Access by any chance?
Yeah, I'll be about that.
All right. Twilight Zone season 2. Did you watch any of the first season on CBS?
No.
I know we talked about it for so long.
I was so excited about it too.
Yeah,
but I didn't watch any of it.
I heard it wasn't great, or at least it was up and down because each episode was kind of its own thing. So I guess maybe it's inevitable, but I feel like people weren't like super high on it. So I don't know. But Jordan Peele. We like Jordan Peele.
Is he part of this?
I assume he's still involved. Yeah, I don't know that for a fact, but I'd have to imagine. It seemed like it'd be kind of a weird thing for him to just not be, basically. So, he's still involved. So, coming back 2020 to continue to explore the human condition and hold a lens up to the culture of our times. I mean, that sounds cool. Don't you want that? Who doesn't want that?
Who doesn't want
all right.
that?
So that's CBS All Access. DC Universe, we can blow through this very quickly because I know you don't have any interest in either of these shows. Titans Season 3, Doom Patrol Season 2.
Nope.
Kind of figured, but I like to talk about how I'll eventually watch some of these things, and that typically doesn't happen. So, all right. Well, we can go ahead and slide on over to Amazon Prime Video then. We got a few shows I think of interest here. First one is an original show. Maybe you've seen some marketing for this. It's a show called Hunters.
Yes, had a badass thing on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was a little spot that came out. There's a full trailer. I think there's a teaser up, so there's a lot more footage of this out there in the wild if you are so inclined to seek it out. But it's coming to Amazon on February 21st, so it's actually only a few weeks away, and it looks very cool. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jordan Peele is an executive producer.
He is. Yeah.
Okay. I was just like, I can't stop talking about the man. Apparently, he's a very productive man.
I caught when the TV spot came out at the Super Bowl. I said, "Listen, if you see Jordan Peele's name attached to anything, you just watch it." And everybody's like,
correct.
Oh,
that is
okay.
the correct take.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it is. And this looks like no exception. It looks like a real intense show. I'll be all about it. So this might be the first Amazon Prime show that we might be able to cover together, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it could definitely be a good one. For those that didn't catch anything, didn't watch the Super Bowl and such, it's about a band of Nazi hunters living in 1977 New York City, called the Hunters, who have discovered that hundreds of high-ranking Nazis are living in the United States and conspiring to create a Fourth Reich. So, what does the team of hunters do? They set out on a bloody quest to bring the Nazis to justice and thwart their new genocidal plans. Killing Nazis, man. I mean, come on.
Fuck
what
those
do you need?
people.
Killing Nazis with Al Pacino. Rat-tat-tat-tat.
See, you know what's bizarre? It's like
What
you
is
say, hey,
bizarre?
listen, fuck those Nazis. And you're like, fuck yeah. Everybody's like, fuck yeah. Everybody loves fuck the Nazis. But like, for some reason, there's a lot of fucking Nazis today.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's
right?
true. And let's just say this show was not for them.
It's a weird thing. What the fuck's wrong with the world we live in? Anyways.
Anyways, if you like killing Nazis, Hunters is the show for you. February 21st on Amazon Video. What else we got on Amazon? We got another original coming in the form of Invincible, an adaptation of the comic book of the same name by Robert Kirkman, also a writer of the Walking Dead comic book series, starring Stephen Yeun from also The Walking Dead, J.K. Simmons, Sandra Oh, Mark Hamill, Seth Rogen, lots of big names.
God dang.
Yeah.
Big names, yeah.
So lots of big names. Mark Grayson is a normal teenager except for the fact that his father is the most powerful superhero on the planet. Shortly after his 17th birthday, he begins to develop powers of his own and enters into his father's tutelage. So, it's a superhero show, but 8 episodes, probably late 2020, because I don't think we have any footage or anything of this as far as I know, but certainly a very impressive cast that they've assembled, and J.K. Simmons is playing the father here, which is,
Holy shit.
J.K. Simmons as the most powerful superhero on the planet sounds incredible to me.
Yeah,
So
I would agree.
I think I'm in. I think I'm in for that fact alone. But I've heard really good things about the comic. So I've never read it. Don't really know that much about it. I think it's an Image comic, if I'm not mistaken. But
I just picture Mark Hamill. Wasn't Mark Hamill in another like a football movie called Invincible?
Mark Hamill.
Not Mark Hamill. Shit.
Mark Wahlberg was. I think that was
the
Eagles one, right? Yeah, he
think
tries
so.
out to be on the team.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
all I can picture. Anyways, I digress.
So yeah, that's
cool.
That's another Amazon original. Maybe it's on our list. Maybe it's not. We got 2 returning shows. The Boys season 2. We got a teaser for that a little while back. Looks excellent. Very hyped for that. I again highly encourage you and anyone to catch up on The Boys season 1. And then of course there's The Expanse season 5 expected to debut in late 2020. So I know you're still working your way through season 4. I myself
Slowly
have
but
yet to
surely.
start my rewatch, but god damn it, I will at some point in my life, and I will watch through season 4, and I will happily enjoy a season 5 when that does eventually debut. So, The Expanse alone, it's worth your Amazon Prime ticket, in my opinion. Having not even seen the past 2 seasons, fuck it, man, I'm still all in. So yeah, that's Amazon. Any thoughts on those 2? Are you ready to slide on to Hulu?
No, sounds cool. I'm all about them.
All right, Hulu, we've got Devs. We talked about Devs. I think we got the trailer maybe a few weeks back. Nick Offerman, Sonoya Mizuno. It's the show coming from Annihilation and Ex Machina as Alex Garland, fully written and directed by Alex Garland, which, is like a,
If he's
buckle up
stapled
kind of
to it,
thing.
you fucking watch it, man. Every time.
Yeah, so any other thoughts on that? You're pretty
Nope.
much sold on that? That's what I
Watch it.
figured. I think that's a March debut, if I'm not mistaken, but a weekly drop.
Damn.
And there's a new show coming called Solar Opposites, which is a animated show that's going to be coming to I almost called it Pulu. I don't think it's called Pulu, but we can call it that if you want. It's coming to Hulu in May. It is created by Justin Roiland of Rick and Morty fame. And he's going to be doing some voices on it, So I don't know if it's exactly intended to be Rick and Morty style humor, but I just figured at least the connection there and the fact that it's another animated show. It's dealing with aliens taking refuge in America. So it's I feel like the premise and the crew involved could be pretty cool. I think it's set for at least 2 seasons of 16 episodes each. So Hulu's definitely committed to it, which is cool. And then last but not least, basically the perhaps last show ever from Marvel Television as it previously existed is Marvel's Hellstrom. Basically Disney but Marvel TV moving forward is basically being subsumed within Marvel Studios via the Disney Plus shows and such. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s about to end. Hellstrom will almost certainly get 1 season to be done. Everything else has been canceled. All the Netflix stuff's been canceled. The Hulu stuff's been canceled. But Hellstrom is like the last remnant of this, basically empire that has now crumbled. So it's based off of, Hellstrom, who there's 2 of them. There's 2 Hellstroms. There's a brother and a sister, children of a powerful serial killer who hunt the worst of humanity. So,
Okay.
Do anything for you? 10 episodes, Hulu 2020.
No, not really.
Okay. Maybe wait and see. If we get a trailer, maybe we can reassess. But yeah, I'm kind of just being like, those Disney Plus shows are interesting to me a little bit more, I must say. This Marvel's Hellstrom, I don't know. Because again, I feel like I'm like, this is gonna be a one and done. There's no way that Kevin Feige's being like, I would have shut this shit down if I had an extra month. You know what I mean? So much in the way that they shut Ghost Rider was supposed to be made for Hulu too, and they basically canceled that before it actually got off the ground. That would have been cool. So yeah, well, I hope they do something with Ghost Rider at least, if nothing else. But all right, Netflix. Lock and Key. We got Lock and Key coming out, I think this month, if I'm not mistaken. Got the trailer for that. Talked about that one. I think you were pretty jazzed on that. Based off of the cool comics by Stephen King's son, Joe Hill. So lots of Stephen King on this episode. Lots of Jordan Peele on this episode. Neither of them directly involved in this particular project, but alas.
They get paid for having their name on shit. That's cool.
They do. So that's one that maybe is on our radar. We got a teaser for the second season of Altered Carbon. Did you see that?
I did not see the trailer, no, but I saw that Anthony Mackie's on it.
Yep.
I'm excited about that.
They did it. They did announce that a while back, but yeah, we got like a little teaser. It's not like a trailer per se. It's kind of like more like a date announcement kind of thing. I think this is February 27th is what they announced.
Wow.
So yeah, it's dropping the end of this month. Anthony Mackie taking over as Takeshi Kovacs from Joel Kinnaman. So yeah, season 1 wasn't amazing, but it was a lot of fun. Really cool concept, cool vibes and stuff like that. So I'm definitely in for a second season. I know one you're very excited for, and one that you've been looking forward to for a very long time is the third season of Castlevania.
Yes.
And I'm here to tell you that on March 5th, you will have to wait no longer.
Oh, man. Only one more month?
Only one more month.
Less than a month?
Literally a month. There will be more mystery, murder, mayhem, and vampires than ever. I think this is probably another 8 episodes. I think the first season was 4, second was 8. I think this one will be at least 8, maybe more, because I feel like it's been over a year since the second season came out. Am I wrong?
I think so. They were quick to pump out the first 2, but I think it's been a while since the second one.
Yeah.
Same thing with Voltron. I haven't seen a Voltron season in a while.
Is Voltron still going? I feel like it finished. Didn't it finish? Maybe I could be wrong. Oh, 10 episodes. The third season is 10 episodes, so we're getting even more. Nice. So maybe that explains kind of the longer cycle for it. But yeah, it was 2018 is when the last one came out, so it has been over a year now. I'll check on Voltron. I'm not sure if it's... I was thinking that they had wrapped it up, but I could be wrong.
They have. I can't remember how it finished.
Yep. Eighth and final season came out in December of 2018. So Voltron's done for. So I don't know. I don't know if you watched it all or not. I haven't seen any of it, so I don't recall how it ended. But it seems like it was planned.
It was nowhere near as good as Castlevania. I like Castlevania a lot more.
Fair. Well, I can only vouch for one of those things, but I can certainly vouch for Castlevania's excellence. So I can't say that much. We do have Stranger Things 4, of course, expected to debut late 2020, or at least sometime in 2020. I mean, what else do you need to say? Stranger Things, of course, we're in.
Yeah, totally.
If you haven't watched any of Stranger Things, it's probably a good time to jump in. You got lots of good content, waiting for you that you can kind of just blitz through.
When's that projected to come out?
I would say no earlier than the middle of 2020. I don't think we have any firm dates on it or anything like that, but I just figure, they've been putting more and more money into it, so I figure the post-production cycles are probably a little bit longer. So I think it's been shooting for a good while now, but it's another one to look forward to, certainly. Did you watch the Haunting of Hill House when that came out?
No.
Okay.
It was really good, though.
I did too. I didn't watch it, and there's a follow-up coming out called The Haunting of Bly Manor. Basically, same crew coming back. It's an anthology type thing, not connected to the first one, so they brought back some of the actors that were in that first series. It's directed by Mike Flanagan. Different characters. No, it's like a totally different thing. Like, it's just separated, but hey, we liked working with these people, so we'll bring them back.
Okay.
Created and directed by Mike Flanagan, who recently did the Dr. Sleep movie, which I'm sure you'll catch eventually when you get an opportunity to do so. And I heard really good things about the first one. I couldn't remember. I didn't think you had, but I wasn't sure, so I figured I'd throw it out there and say, hey, this is out. In horror, I don't know. Maybe, I'm sure this will probably come out closer to Halloween time just to, make it appropriately spooky and such.
Itch.
But yeah, right. So maybe it'd be worthwhile to try to go back and watch the first one or something like that too. And then last but not least on Netflix is a show called Space Force, which is a comedy that is going to star Steve Carell, that will explore the inner workings of the newest branch of the U.S. military.
Jesus Christ.
And it is from the producer of The Office and Parks and Recreation. So... John Malkovich will also be in it.
Holy shit.
Ben Schwartz.
Space Force.
On paper, this sounds incredible. I really this has potential, I think. So yeah, that's That's Netflix.
Space.
And last but not least, I saved.
Oh, hold on a second. On a caveat, did you see?
Yep.
Have you seen the official uniforms?
I have seen them.
Space Force.
They got to blend in with their camo.
Desert camo. You could literally give them just a pure black fucking uniform. It'd be perfect. But no, you give them fucking desert camouflage for the.
Well, you saw that their logo was basically just Starfleet logo, right?
Oh man,
it's incredible.
What the fuck?
You can't make this shit up, can you? You can't make this shit up.
Anyways, moving on. I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. Disney Plus, I saved best for last because there's some shit coming out and I'm excited for, and I think you might be excited for it too. I don't know. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Does that get you hype? Does that excite you?
Yeah, that gets me much hype. Yes.
Final season coming out very soon, later this month. I forget the exact date, but literally less than a month for the final season of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the unexpected final season. And then moving a little bit later into the year, what do we have? But first of all, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming out in August.
Yeah, that when he grabs that shield.
Well, I was to say we
courtesy of all the Super Bowl stuff, right?
Yes. So there was a TV spot, I think an unexpected debut of a TV spot, which gave us a look at The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and Loki. And later on, Bob Iger, CEO of Disney, just I think there was like an earnings announcement and stuff, talked about how he basically gave a release month for most of these shows. So I was thinking Falcon and Winter Soldier might be earlier in the year, but yeah, we now have official footage of it. We know that it's coming out in August, so we know a lot more about it than we did previously. So something about a shield. I heard something about a shield.
Yeah, he picks the shield up out of the tree and like chunks it down like across the way there into another tree, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Sam Wilson, the presumed new Captain America. We see a sort of Captain America running out onto a football field at one point. We got some Bucky action. We got some Baron Zemo action. It looks cool. I will say that it was a 30-second spot, which kind of, again, combined the three shows that I mentioned for Marvel, but it was a fucking cool-ass spot. I mean, I was hyped because I wasn't ready for it, but it was like just the way it was edited, the sound of it, like it was just a very cool kind of tease for all these things, and really, really not much in the way of footage for any of them, you know? Like Loki particularly, which isn't even a 2020 show, it's a 2021 show, had like 2 seconds of just like Tom Hiddleston being like, well, hello, you know, kind of thing. Like that was pretty much it. But you know, that's enough. That's all they need to put in there, and people lose their fucking minds, as many people have. So, yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming out in August. Any other thoughts on that?
No, totally about it.
Yeah, very much in. Looks very cool. I know you're in on the Mandalorian season 2.
Absolutely.
And Bob Iger has now confirmed it will debut in October. So
that's fucking cool. Good birthday present.
10 months away. Yes, 8 months away. I don't know how to do math. Don't worry about it. 8 months away. Yes, but you know, we just got spoiled with season 1, man. So you know, we got to wait for the goods to come out, but it's cool. It's nice to know that it's at least a yearly release instead of we'll put it out when we have it. You know, when it's good and when it's right. You know, so
right.
That's very cool. Looking forward to obviously seeing more on that. And our last television show we're going to mention for this episode is one I already mentioned, WandaVision, which will it will make its debut in December, bringing back Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, and Paul Bettany as the Vision. And again, we got a look at this, and boy, does it look interesting,
funky,
doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
It looks out there, obviously playing with a few different kind of like TV sitcom styles. You know, there's like a Brady Bunch in there. There's like I don't know, there's a few in like, you know, 50s style kind of thing.
I Love Lucy kind of
deal.
Love
Lucy, yeah. That's probably what I was thinking of. It's out there. Looks very out there and trippy, and you know, this is the thing that's supposed to maybe lead the way for Doctor Strange 2 and stuff like that. And
it's
I
cool.
mean, it looks very cool, very interesting. We got Vision, you know, in his jeans and his plaid shirt, looking very spiffy, I must say. We saw Wanda in like a kind of Halloween costume looking gag type version of her comic book, costume with like the full headdress and stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in this show, but it makes me excited for it too. So
we'll see what
December
happens.
debut for that. So yeah, I guess long story short is lots of television to look forward to. Again, we haven't even covered probably realistically the half of it, but just of those things that we mentioned, we're not going to watch all of them, obviously. But we will not have a shortage of things to enjoy if we are so inclined. I think that's safe to say. So,
Right.
why don't we just plow into some of the films we can look forward to in 2020? What do you say about that?
There's a lot of movies coming out.
It's a lot of movies, some good, some bad. Well, I guess we haven't seen them yet. We can't really definitively say, but we can certainly speculate. We travel a little bit back in time. The Gentleman came out a couple weeks ago. I don't think either of us have seen it. Guy Ritchie.
Nope.
Back doing
Have not
Guy
seen
Ritchie
it.
things. It's one I still would like to see.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of skipping over January because there really wasn't a whole lot. I was kind of the only one that stuck out to me of like, yeah, that's kind of... 1917 came out, but, we did an episode on it, and it's a quote-unquote 2019 movie or whatever bullshit. So,
Right.
So The Gentleman's one, I think maybe we'll catch. I don't think we'll have time for an episode at this point, but still probably worth watching. So moving on to February, our month that we are currently in. We only have to wait 2 days for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, which, for the record, is doing exceptionally well in terms of critical reviews at the moment. So maybe
Shut your mouth.
maybe we called it wrong.
Are you for real?
I'm not. I'm 100% being for serious for you. I will do a quick check on it and tell you that it is currently sitting at drum roll.
Boom.
Drum roll. All right, I'm just mostly just waiting for the damn thing to load. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes as of now. 77
No
reviews.
way.
7 out of 10 average rating. 69 fresh, 8 rotten. So, the average rating isn't amazing, but considering how it looked from the marketing, I don't know. Maybe an early pick for the most surprising if the reviews have anything to say about it. But
All right.
let's just see what we have to say about it. Maybe next episode. That's all I'll say about that. So yeah, we'll see how that. Maybe it's better than expected. I think I was trying to keep an open mind when we saw that last trailer, but kind of hard to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I know we're both very much anticipating the February 14th, the Valentine's Day debut of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
What better date movie could there be than Sonic the motherfucking Hedgehog with Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman?
Yeah. No, I'm all about this one. I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, they fixed it, and I think the novelty isn't there as much in the sense of, oh my god, this is the most horrifying thing ever put to film. But that last trailer they put out made it look like fun, like maybe like a Pikachu kind of thing of I think Pikachu would probably be a better movie, don't get me wrong, but it looks fun. I think it's going to be bad, but it could be fun, as long as it's short, doesn't overstay its welcome. Jim Carrey, amps that shit up to 11 as he seems to be doing from the trailers.
All right.
I'm not going to be mad about going to see Sonic the Hedgehog. I look forward to talking about Sonic the Hedgehog with you.
Yeah, no, definitely about that one.
Yeah. Well, what about on February 21st, Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford? Have you seen any trailers for this?
Yeah, CG looks
TV
real
spots?
bad. It looks real fucking bad.
It's impressively bad. This is some of the worst CG I've ever seen in my entire life for a major release. It's you can pick on the things that were made for $30 with After Effects, but this is a fucking major release and it looks horrendous.
It's real bad.
Well, they made the boneheaded decision to literally just make the dog CG the entire time, but they didn't try to actually model a dog for some reason. It's just a Polar Express reject from 20 years ago, and I'm like, what the fuck even is this?
Right.
And Anna and I, every time we see the trailer, it's just oh my god, what the fuck, kind of reaction.
Yeah, that's
she made the comment of, they must have spent all their money on Harrison Ford, which is probably not inaccurate, right? But then I'm just why would Harrison Ford agree to this? Or maybe did they lie to him and he came on the set and, whoa, where's the dog? What? Does he need the money? Star Wars isn't paying enough? I don't know. So anyway, I think we can probably skip that one. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not about that. It looks fucking terrible.
All right. February 28th, we have The Invisible Man coming from Upgrade's Lee Wanell with The Handmaid's Tale's Elizabeth Moss.
Looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, trailer gave away too much, I think. But a new, very more horror-inspired take on The Invisible Man, which I think is cool. And I still don't know if you've seen Upgrade at this point. I still highly recommend anyone see Upgrade if they can at this point.
Saw a couple clips and stuff. It's pretty fucking cool. I paid for a ticket and I fell asleep through that whole movie.
I was there. I remember these things. But yeah, I'm excited to see what this is. I think it might be a Blumhouse movie. I could be wrong on that front. But,
I think it is.
Like a low budget kind of horror take on The Invisible Man. Like, it's fun. They've gotten away from their the mummies. Let's get away from these big budget, like trying to do these dark universe, blah blah blah. And like, here's just a fucking low budget horror, creepy Invisible Man,
what else
Hollow
do you
Man
need?
type take on it. Yeah, I think that's cool. I think it makes sense. So I'm excited for that. So that rounds out February, at least in our estimation. Again, there's many other things that will come out in February. Maybe things that will be on our radar that aren't not currently on our radar. That's going to be true of pretty much this entire list. But in the sake of moving forward, we can talk about March. March 6th will bring us Pixar's Onward, which I gotta say, I saw another trailer for this in front of Frozen 2, which I saw again recently. It was a new trailer that I hadn't seen. It kind of got a little bit more into the plot elements of it, and this looks like a big misfire for me from Pixar. There's none of the marketing material for this movie has made me even slightly excited for this. I don't know. I mean, do you agree with that? Have you seen enough to make a judgment call? Onward?
That's the one where the guy falls in the hole, the fucking manhole.
No. That's another one. This is the one where Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are elves, and like they get a I don't know. It's like elves, but then there's cars, and it's a modern world and shit, and it's,
Oh yeah, that looks really fucking terrible. That one?
It just looks like that's the one I'm talking about. Correct, that's the one.
Right.
Yeah, it's the terrible one. It just looks it doesn't look like Pixar. Like, Pixar is like, Cars aside, maybe, like, really known for like quality and like putting love into their stories, and this just looks like a bad DreamWorks like reject, which I know is unfair because like the Dragon series is incredible, but I feel like on the whole, like, some of these other animated companies put out more shit than good, whereas Pixar true. Is very much kind of not that. So to see this kind of just, I don't know.
Might be like a Harley Quinn situation.
Maybe
they're just trying to market it like a humorous thing or something, and it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know. But anyway, I'm not overly looking forward to it. I'll see it up probably, but yeah, expectations are set pretty low. As are my expectations for a movie called Bloodshot with Vin Diesel.
Yeah, expectations is a low bar. That's a low bar. I
didn't actually watch the trailer for this. Did you end up watching the trailer for this?
No, the extent of everything I've watched, it's so funny.
I literally have seen the poster.
Yeah, where he's blowing his face off. That one.
I don't know if he's blowing his face off. I just
or somebody shot his face off.
Maybe, I don't know. I just don't know what to say about this. Like,
send it to me in the Discord. What are you looking at?
All right, I'll see if I can send it over real quick.
Is it just?
It's just so goofy.
Yeah.
I just can't take this shit seriously.
Yeah,
I don't know. It looks
even like the logo, the Bloodshot. Everything's red, but the big white circle.
Like it all just seems bad and like a weird transplant of like a movie that should have been made 15 years ago. And then I'm like, who's making this? Oh, Sony's making this.
Of course they are.
Of course it's Sony. Why wouldn't it be Sony? Who else could have made this? Oh my goodness. It is intended to be the first installment in a series of films set within a Valiant Comics shared cinematic universe. Yeah, that's not happening. Might as well cancel that one real quick. Oh God, Sony, please stop. Cease existence. Stop. Except for PlayStation. We like PlayStation. Keep that around. Caesar Film Division. Yeah, Bloodshot. Bloodshot's a movie coming out on March 13th. Any other thoughts?
Nope,
Bloodshot looks good.
nope,
looks
nope,
real good.
That's
Quiet Place Part 2 on March 20th.
That looks cool. That's a cool trailer.
Yeah, cool trailer. Very excited for that. I think we talked again about this one very recently, so perhaps don't need to rehash it. But we like Emily Blunt. We like Cillian Murphy. We like John Krasinski writing and directing shit, so I think we're in on this one. March 27th, Mulan. Disney's Mulan. Live action adaptation of it. Not a musical, but a movie. Just a movie.
We got like
just
a Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon kind of deal.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl spot, which was pretty cool. I'm about it.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I'm excited about
up.
this. Is this the only... no, I guess... I was trying to think, is this like the only like animated adaptation from Disney? Like, we had fucking 3 in 2019, so I don't know if we were getting 2 or 3, but I think this might be the only one. There's obviously other Disney movies coming out, but I think this is the only like kind of full-on adaptation, unless I'm wrong. I could be forgetting something. Who fucking knows? But I think it looks cool. I'm excited about it. It's a different take than the animated film, and maybe it won't be better. It's kind of expected at this point, but nonetheless, excited to see what they do with it. And also on March 27th, there's a movie that you were singing the praises of its trailer to me not too long ago, Saint Maud.
Oh, is that the A24 crazy looking one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Did you watch the trailer for that?
I did. I got it in front of something that I saw recently. I forget
Pretty
what
compelling,
I saw,
right?
Yeah, looks cool. Looks very cool. Maybe Uncut Gems probably would make sense. A24 connection.
Yeah. Pretty cool. How was Uncut Gems?
It was good. I liked it. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
It's pretty chaotic movie. Pretty frenetic.
Saint Maud looked pretty cool.
But good.
Looked pretty strange. Looked pretty I don't know. I like a strange movie. Every once in a while, get your brain juices flowing.
I think A24 kind of specializes in the strange, for the most part, at least the out there, a little bit different and such. So
it's cool that there's a studio out there that pays for these films to be made. That's what I like. Get some different things going.
In a world increasingly controlled by the Disneys, as much as we enjoy some of their content, they ain't making no Saint Mauds. Let's put it that way.
No. But they are making the New Mutants April 3rd.
Sort of. I suppose we could say that they're releasing the New Mutants. I wouldn't say that they made it exactly, but yeah, April 3rd, the New Mutants will theoretically make its debut, barring any sort of other delays, but they put out a couple posters, I think, in the past few weeks, so I think it's happening for real this time.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I mean, fuck it, at this point, it's really just a curiosity, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's been delayed for 2+ years, something like that, some absurd thing. So, like, yeah, fuck it. Let's see what this thing is. Right. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird like brand kind of thing of like, let's put out this X-Men movie after the X-Men universe is over, and then we're going to reboot it, within a couple of years. But maybe it's just not viable to dump on Hulu or whatever. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's fucking good. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, could be okay.
Maybe it's a real Birds of Prey situation again. Maybe we'll find out. So I don't know. I'm curious about it though. Like, wouldn't say I'm optimistic about it, but very curious, I would say.
Right, at the very least.
But I am optimistic about No Time to Die on April 10th.
I am optimistic about that as well.
Next installment in the James Bond film franchise, the 25th installment.
With Billie Eilish singing the James Bond song.
That's right. Billie Eilish singing a song that will probably be called No Time to Die or something along those lines.
I'm curious to see what she does with the song. I mean, Billie Eilish is cool and all, but I don't know. She a James?
I think it'll sound like Billie Eilish. It's my expectation.
Is she a James Bond song singer, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why not?
Why not?
I mean,
yeah, fair enough.
25 films. They've all spanned very different genres, so I think.
What do you think this genre is going to be for this movie?
For her song?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it'd be her song. I guess that's a question.
I mean, I mean, it's
still going to be
spy film. I know, I guess, but I mean,
I still wish that Black.
I don't think
Widow...
she's going to have a big bombastic song. I think it'll be a little bit. I think it'll probably be closer to your Skyfall's to your the Sam Smith song, whatever their song's title was. I don't remember.
Writing on the Wall was this, the same one.
Writing on the Wall.
That was a good song. I still wish that Black Widow was James Bond.
Like the Black Widow movie itself was more James Bond like. Is that okay? Yeah. Then yes, I agree. Well, we can talk about that shortly. Why don't we talk about No Time to Die, man?
No Time to Die. Yeah. I'm excited.
Cary Joji Fukunaga, directing this James Bond shit, man.
Looks pretty cool. I don't know.
Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond until they throw $30 million at him again. Exactly. No, I think it's going to be done after this one. I think everyone's ready to move on, but
are they? I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I still, what's his face is getting a little old. I still wish they would picked him a couple years ago.
Idris Elba?
Yes, I would have definitely taken that 100%.
Yeah.
Who do you pick now, though? Who do you pick now?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't know.
I really wouldn't mind a black James Bond. I think that would actually be really compelling.
No, absolutely,
really cool.
I think, I'm really, I don't know. I mean,
can't pick.
I like Daniel Craig as Bond a lot.
So do I.
I wouldn't be upset to see him come back. I mean, yeah, he's getting old too, right? But like,
an old James Bond's kind of like a compelling thing too, though, right? I mean, isn't it not?
Yeah, I mean, like they kind of did that, like the third movie end up being like, look, he's old and busted and he can't shoot straight and shit like that. So it's kind of just being like, well, they've kind of tread that territory a little bit with
this dead dog.
The Craig version.
They can't honestly pick somebody else that can shoot straight and doesn't have a broken knee. They can't pick anybody else. That's the way I kind of feel about it now that they've already established it a couple episodes ago. But
yeah, but anyway, Rami Malek playing the villain, Lea Seydoux back, Ana de Armas, Joy's in this. So I mean, yeah, it looks cool. Trailer was good. We got a TV spot, I think, during the Super Bowl.
We did.
Which again, everything I've seen from it, I've enjoyed, and coming from someone that didn't absolutely love Spectre by any stretch of the imagination, I think that this has the potential to be a lot better. At least I'm hoping it is anyway. So looking forward to it. April 10th. What's next on our big list that we're looking at? April 24th is a weird looking film, I should say, called Antebellum. Have you seen a trailer for this? I got it in front of something. It's got Janelle Monáe in it, and like it was just like it's like a weird horror kind of thing. I think it says like from the producers of Get Out and Us. So I don't think Jordan Peele is actually involved in it. It must be everyone else that was involved in those movies. But
Antebellum sounds familiar. It sounded kind of cool.
I saw a trailer and I didn't know anything about it. And like I still didn't know anything about it after watching the trailer. Of just being like, I don't know what the fuck that was. But it looks very interesting. So it's a Lionsgate movie, but it looked kind of weird and out there from the trailer. I don't know. It's an author who finds herself trapped in a nightmarish reality and must find a way to break free of the horrors at hand. All these synopses are just like, here's some generic ass shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like people just don't know enough about this movie, and they just put out that weird like teaser to be like, look at this. And well, I guess it worked. I don't know.
Yeah,
kind of interested to see.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Oh, I did see this trailer. Yes. Okay. It's
you did.
It's like the plane disappears and there's like a bunch of slavery shit going on, but she's like, yeah. I remember seeing it in front of something and just been like, I don't know. I have no idea what this. Again, I have no idea what this is. Yeah, I don't know about it. I'm sure it'll be okay. It'll be cool.
But
Might be cool.
Anyway, that's about it for April. So May 1st, Black Widow. You're talking about it a little bit. You're wanting a little bit something different for Black Widow. Is that about right?
Yeah, we got it looks like we have as you put, a G.I. Joe movie. To where
right.
I don't know. I just would have appreciated a low key Marvel movie, which we've never had that before. I think they could have taken this in a completely different dynamic or direction. And played with different dynamics. I think it'd been cool if they would have done a James Bond movie, a fucking espionage.
Yeah,
maybe you can kind of lean into
even
that.
Closer in tone to Winter Soldier would have been, I think appropriate.
Yeah, you could totally lean into like the Shield shit, and espionage and knowledge and spine and whatnot. It could have been cool. But anyways, we get what we get. We'll see what happens. It's cool. It's whatever. Looks all right.
So,
I'm sure
we'll be
it's
there
totally
for it,
fine.
obviously. But it really does look. I mean, it looks way more Marvel than I guess I expected to, which is maybe a dumb take, but it, for a powerless spy, kind of feels like it's pretty out there for a lot of it. But obviously, there are some superpowered characters in it with David Harbour's Red Guardian and such. But I'm excited. It's a good cast. Scarlett Johansson. Had a great 2019. Florence Pugh had a great 2019. Seeing those two in the same movie will be actually really fucking cool. I'm excited about that. Even, wonky Russian accents aside, David Harbour's great. So Taskmaster, tasking about. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out, I think. May 15th will bring us Scoob. Like, zoinks.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
3D animated Scoob. When we got the trailer, I can't remember. I think we kind of were I think we were a little ambivalent on it. Is that about right?
That's about right.
Not loving it, but like, yeah, all right. Well, also on May 15th is something that a trailer just came out for very recently called Spiral, which is the 9th installment in the Saw franchise. Spiral from the Book of Saw. Stars Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. True story.
What?
True story. Yeah. So apparently Chris Rock had a story idea and they fleshed it out into a full screenplay and he's like the main character. I think he plays a detective in it.
Chris Rock plays a fucking detective?
Detective Chris Rock, yes.
Holy shit.
I think it originally wasn't related to Saw, but at some point, like, they, like...
fuck it.
Yeah, like when they wrote they're like, why don't we make this part of that? And, I mean, look, I dropped out of Saw, like, 7 movies ago, to be honest. I think I might have seen the first 2 or 3.
Might be worth taking a dive in if we get Detective Chris Rock.
I don't know. I mean, Saw. We got to get to Saw 9, the Book of Saw, Spiral.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know, but the trailer came out. I didn't watch it, but I've heard it looks pretty interesting. And maybe it's like I feel like the Saw franchise was like, I swear to God, it was every fucking year that Saw, like a new Saw came out. Like they were just pumping that shit out for like 8 years straight. And like they wouldn't let it die. It's really what it felt like. And I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but then there was a point where like obviously it was diminishing returns.
So
they stopped making them.
And they started making The Purge.
There's a Purge coming out in 2020. Just so you know, I didn't put it on the fucking list because I was just like, we only need to talk about it. But here we are. So
that's hilarious.
I guess we're talking about it. Purge 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 plus the TV show. Who cares? So Spiral, you feeling it? You do a big
Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson
movie deep dive. Yeah, I mean that's interesting, right? I mean, kind of makes you want to poke your head in there a little bit, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll tell you what, though. Moving on to May 22nd, I'd like to talk about a movie that I'm very fucking excited for. It's a movie called F9. It's literally called F9. I'm not kidding you. It's called F9. It is not called Fast and Furious 9. It is not called Fast 9, or it's not called Furious 9. It's called F9. It's a fucking button on your keyboard that you can press. It's F9. And
does it look cool?
It is the 9th installment in the Fast and Furious franchise. Well, we got a Super Bowl spot, I think. We got a full trailer that came out. Have you not watched either of them?
No, I don't think I've seen anything on it other than the posters, which look like shit.
Well, I think it looks excellent because even though the trailer is 3 minutes long and gave away basically every plot reveal in this movie, I can tell you the plot reveals if you care.
Yeah, go ahead. What's it about? What are we about?
All right, well, so this is 2 years after The Fate of the Furious, which was an excellent film, the 8th film in the Fast and Furious franchise, one of the best franchises of all time. Obviously, we had Hobbs and Shaw very recently, a spin-off from this beloved franchise as well. Dom Toretto, he's got a secret, because they've got a new enemy coming in the form of John Cena. But wait, John Cena is Dom's brother. You heard it here first. Oh yeah. It's awesome. And he looks ridiculous in it. Everyone looks ridiculous. This whole movie looks ridiculous, and I want all of it. There's a part in the trailer where I think there's a bridge that's collapsed, and like Dom is like driving towards it, and he's with Letty, who's Michelle Rodriguez's character, and she's like, "No, Dom, like you don't even think about it or whatever." I don't even remember what she says, and then Dom's, is going to go for it.
Just driving the
I don't even know how I don't know how he does it, but he latches part of the car onto some sort of wiring that carries him across where the bridge is, and then like he transitions to another piece of wiring that carries him presumably most of the way. I think it cuts at a certain point, but he'll almost certainly make the distance if this is a set piece they're going for.
I feel like Vin Diesel's been making these movies since like fucking 99 or whatever.
2000,
Triple
yeah,
X.
like I think 2001. Well, triple X. Yeah, I mean that's a classic, obviously. But anyway, it looks awesome. That they brought back Han. Literally, the last thing they show in the trailer is Han coming back, even though he died like 3 movies ago. I guess he technically died like 6 movies ago, but then he died again.
I saw a thing that
like 3 movies ago.
that the Fast and Furious is set within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he came back.
I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but
came back with the snap, or came back with the with the snap.
That'd be good. I think that's a good explanation. I think the real explanation is he crawled out of the car before it blew up, because that's what everyone does in this universe, is either fall out of a car or crawl out of it at some point, and then they just hide for a few years and be like, I'm back. So, anyway, Vin Diesel, John Cena, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, Jordana Brewster, Natalie Emmanuel,
The Rock,
Sung Kang, Helen Mirren, Charlize Theron. No The Rock and no Jason Statham. They're too good for this franchise. They're waiting for the super crossover for F10, the other button on your keyboard, plus Hobbs and Shaw or whatever they're going to call it.
When you hit F12.
Anyway, F12. Oh man, I can't wait. F9, May 22nd. I'm very excited for it. But kind of in a way that, like, legitimately, though, like, this looks like the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life, and I kind of want it for that reason. What I do legitimately want for non-dumb reasons is Wonder Woman 1984 on June 5th.
Could be cool.
I think it's going to be cool. Looks cool. Very colorful. Very interesting. Patty Jenkins coming back. Gal Gadot. Chris Pine back. Kristen Wiig. Pedro Pascal, a.k.a. Justin Timberlake. Robin Wright. It's Wonder Woman. It's 1984. It's the 80s. Cool music. Blue Monday, New Order. We like it. It's all good. Chris Pine's back. How'd he come back? What's going on there? Looks cool. Wonder Woman. The first one was great. Excited to see what they do with the follow-up. Cheetah, Kristen Wiig's Cheetah, will be kind of interesting to see how that unfolds. And, I'm excited to see another kind of period piece with Wonder Woman. I think that'll be fun. And, in a very different period piece, not one that's a carbon copy of the first one. I think that'll be fun. If DC's hitting it big with fucking Birds of Prey and Harley Quinn,
maybe they're doing.
They better be fucking hitting it with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Can't fuck that one up too bad. So, all right. We circle back around to Jordan Peele's involvement in something, and that's the upcoming Candyman, which is in fact a sequel to the 1992 film. Did you ever see the 1992 film Candyman?
The horror movie?
Tony Todd? Yeah, the horror movie.
Fuck. I think on Sci-Fi forever ago. There were like sequels to that though, wasn't there?
Oh, there's like a million of them, I think, yeah. But
I don't think I ever caught the original.
I guess there's only 2, but it feels like one of those that has like 8 billion apparently. It's based off of a story by Clive Barker. The original was.
What's it about?
Well,
let's had that really bad actor. That one guy was a real bad actor, I think. The guy that actually played the Candyman.
I don't know if I agree with that take, because Tony Todd is excellent, but it's a graduate student. I'm just reading you the synopsis. Graduate student in Chicago completing a thesis on urban legends, which leads her to the legend of the Candyman, who's the ghost of an artist and the son of a slave who was murdered in the late 19th century. We dare you to say his name 5 times is the tagline.
Candyman, 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 Candyman.
I think was that 4? I think you're
Candyman.
okay then. I think we're good. No,
God.
What have you done? So this is the upcoming Candyman, the 2020 film, is a direct sequel to the film that is co-written by Jordan Peele. Again, very prolific man. With Tony Todd coming back as the Candyman. It's got Yahya Abdul-Mateen, who was Black Manta and is in the Watchmen show on HBO. Again, it's a Jordan Peele, poke your head in the door kind of thing, I think. So maybe you agree, maybe you disagree.
Was Tony Todd a real good actor?
I mean, he's kind of mostly known for doing like, horror things. He did the voice for Zoom and The Flash.
Oh, did he? That's where I know him from. No, I don't think so. Let's see here. Maybe I just talk shit and I don't know what I'm talking
Star
about.
Trek. He's done Star Trek a little bit. Looks like.
No.
So
I don't know. Maybe the only thing I've ever seen him is in fucking Candyman.
I don't know. Anyway, so is that a yes, no, maybe Candyman? Don't know yet.
We'll see what happens.
Wait and see.
Fucking Candyman.
See what happens. All right. June 19th is the other Pixar release, the one that we sort of talked about earlier, Soul. It's the one where the guy drops into the sewer, and Soul gets snatched out of him, and he goes off to the Soul world or whatever. But this is the one we saw the trailer for, and I think we both dug quite a bit. Although I think it kind of this is one that kind of shifted, I think, a little bit from like this really cool like style, and then when it became like the Soul world, it was more kind of traditional Pixar type thing that wasn't as charming, wasn't super funny, I think, from the trailer. But
yeah, I don't know.
Regardless,
we'll see how it goes.
I think this one looks much better, I think, than Onward, though. If nothing else, it looks more like traditional Pixar, like goodness. I kind of think so.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah. June 26th, Top Gun Maverick.
I'm about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely about it.
You ready to head into the danger zone with Tom Cruise yet again?
Yes. Well, I have never ventured once.
Not as Maverick, but Tom Cruise ventures into the danger zone with every movie
frequently,
that he makes. Really,
yes. He's a running man, if you will.
Yeah. So, Top Gun sequel, 1986, cool. Obviously coming out many years after the fact, but I'm very excited for this. Did we get it? Was this another one that had a Super Bowl spot? I feel like it did.
It did.
I feel like it had one.
It did.
Yeah. I'm excited about this one. I'm really excited. I want every time I see the trailer, every time I see the spot or whatever, I'm just like, I'm seeing this shit in IMAX.
Oh, 100%.
I'm
definitely
so excited. I just think from like an audio design, like potential.
You this grab the thruster on that fucking airplane, just crank it up, and just.
I just feel like this. This is a movie you're gonna want to like buckle up for, and like
it might be like Dolby would be pretty legit too.
Maybe Dolby, with the fucking seats, the
seat shakers.
Maybe both. Maybe try them out both.
See it in a fucking simulator. That's what I want to see it in.
Get the what are those? D-box. Get the D-box going for this one.
Just a fucking sheet just shaking. You can't have your
drinks. Bring like
in it.
You know how they have like the flight sticks you can buy for your PC for your Microsoft Flight Simulator. Bring one of those and just play during the movie.
Oh shit.
So moving on to July, we've got a couple on July 3rd. We got Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds, where he's the non-player character in
the video game
in
movie.
The world, and we saw that. Yeah, the video game movie, right? That's the PUBG kind of thing. And then we have Minions: The Rise of Gru, the sequel to Minions and the prequel to Despicable Me that everyone was so desperately craving that they had to make it. Is that about accurate?
That's about accurate. Yeah, I had no idea that was a Super Bowl thing, I think.
Yeah, I had no idea this movie existed until they showed that, and I'm like, oh god, like that's not surprising. Minions made like a fucking $1 billion or whatever, but like, I don't know. Neither of these like really thrill me, but I'll definitely see Free Guy before I watch fucking Minions 2. So, anyway, July 10th has Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I'm excited for. I believe I left my Ghostbusters Blu-ray with you, so you have until July 10th.
I need to watch them.
You have until July 10th. You've got a few months ahead of you to check out the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and get caught up for this. You can skip the other Ghostbusters. It's not part of that. I don't think it's going to be connected to this anyway. So maybe we'll reserve some Ghostbusters comments for when you do get a chance to revisit. But I will safe to say I'm very excited on this one, very high on this one. July 17th, Tenet, Christopher Nolan's latest.
About that one. Definitely about that one.
Who knows what's going on there? Well, I don't know, but looks pretty wild. Interesting cast. John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, Michael Caine, Kenneth Branagh, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Oh, here's a premise. I don't know if we knew this information. Maybe this is new information. Maybe you knew it and I didn't. A secret agent is tasked with preventing World War III through time travel. Have you heard
Holy
that
shit.
logline before?
No, I haven't heard that one yet.
Kind of makes me more excited, to be honest.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking cool.
That sounds very cool. July 24th, Disney's Jungle Cruise with The Rock. You wanted some Rock and Fast and Furious, and I'm sad to say you won't get it there, but you'll get it here, alongside Emily Blunt, based off of the theme park attraction of the same name. I know this one is definitely one we talked about the trailer for. Again, another one of being like, Disney, whatever. It's probably going to be not great, but fine or whatever. But Jungle Cruise, anything for you?
Yeah, no, I don't get a whole lot from that one.
Well, I know you're not getting a whole lot from July 31st release of Morbius either. Is that fair to say?
On the contrary, I'm getting a lot.
You're very interested in the Morbius, is what you're telling me.
I am very interested in the Morbius. I'm curious to see what they do with it. We'll see. We'll cover that one for sure. We'll give our opinion.
Yeah, we'll cover it. I wouldn't say I'm overly hyped for it, but it's sure going to be a Sony superhero movie, isn't it? And it'll probably be better than Bloodshot. If I had to guess, it'll still probably be better than Bloodshot. It's my
you think Bloodshot's
prediction.
Gonna be the worst one of all of them?
Bloodshot's got a real Hellboy feeling for it to me. I haven't even watched the trailer, but I'm already getting those vibes just from a poster. I'm already getting those vibes.
We'll see what happens.
All right, August is a pretty nothing kind of month. I mean, maybe there's some stuff that we just don't have marketing for that's gonna, be a little bit more exciting. But I only got 2 for August that I penned down. August 7th is a movie called Infinite, which I didn't know anything about, but I was doing research for this episode, and it sounded pretty interesting. It's about a man that learns that the visions he's been having are actually memories of his past lives. Directed by Antoine Fuqua, who did Training Day. I think he did that. I feel like he's done one of the Train movies. I don't know. Maybe he didn't do the Train movie. Did he do a Train movie? I don't know. He did the Equalizer movies with Denzel.
Those are Train movies.
Is there other trains in them? There are probably trains in them. Southpaw. He did Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal. Magnificent Seven. Olympus Has Fallen. I guess he didn't do a Train movie. I don't know what I'm thinking of. But he's done some good stuff for sure. Mark Wahlberg, Chiwetel Ejiofor. No Denzel Washington in this one. But anything premise-wise that seems interesting to you? Or is it more of a wait and see trailer kind of thing?
We'll wait and see kind of trailer kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just hard to say with some of these. But August 21st, Bill and Ted Face the Music. The long-awaited third film in the Bill and Ted franchise.
All the way.
Keanu Reeves, Alex Winter, back, reprising their roles as Bill and Ted. A little bit older. They've got daughters now, but they got to face the music. They got to do some shit, and I'm very excited to see how they kind of handle. I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to revisit franchise. It's a Top Gun kind of thing. Even though Bill and Ted is obviously a wildly different kind of film. It's just fun to bring some of these characters back. And now that we're kind of in the middle of a Keanu Sans, it'll be cool to see him come back and play like a non John Wick type role, to play, to play, character in Bill and Ted. I think that'll be fun. So that's it for August. Yeah, like I said, not a whole lot going on there. September 4th will bring us the debut of Monster Hunter, based on the video game series of the same name, to be directed by Resident Evil's magnificent director Paul W.S. Anderson, starring his wife, also the star of Resident Evil, Mila Jovovich. I think they put out like a photo from this film that
it didn't look very good. It did not look very good at all.
I don't know. Maybe this will be it. Maybe this will be the Hellboy of this year. I don't know. Bloodshot and Monster Hunter. I think those are the top contenders for me right now. What do you think?
Totally.
Yeah. September 18th, The Kingsman. I guess another one that's been fucking delayed a long ass time. I feel like this was supposed to come out in 2019, but it was originally November 2019. This is the Kingsman prequel with Ray Fiennes. A few others. Saw the trailer for it. many moons ago.
Yeah. But the parachute.
Yep. And this
Parachute sequence in
was this,
there.
It's like World War II, I think, is the time period, or World War One, maybe. Not sure.
World War One.
Yeah, that sounds
maybe
right.
World War One, too. Maybe it's two. I guess
It's one of the world wars.
Yeah, it's
not World War III though. It's probably one of the first two, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, September 18th. It's a long ways away for a movie that was supposed to come out, 4 months ago. But anyway, so be it. September 18th will bring us Without Remorse, which is based off of a Tom Clancy novel. Will be co-written by your boy Taylor Sheridan, which I thought might appeal to you. Or Hell or High Water, Wind River, Sicario, Yellowstone. Taylor Sheridan stars Michael B. Jordan as John Clark.
Nice.
A Navy SEAL that goes on a path of vengeance to solve his wife's murder, only to find himself inside of a larger conspiracy. So some Tom Clancy shit, some Taylor Sheridan shit. It's directed by Stefano Sollima, who I believe did the second Sicario movie. So yeah, that sounds
cool. Yeah,
sounds cool. All right, 2 more in September. We got Last Night in Soho, which is the upcoming Edgar Wright film, psychological horror film directed by Edgar Wright.
Which one was Edgar Wright? What would he do?
Shaun of the Dead.
Okay. Gotcha.
Hot Fuzz, World's End, and Baby Driver. Baby Driver, I think, was his last film.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And then we have the Sopranos prequel, The Many Saints of Newark, which I don't think you watched The Sopranos, but some people probably did.
A lot of people
probably watched
did.
it.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thing. James Gandolfini obviously passed away a few years ago, but his son, Michael, is playing the Tony Soprano character, like a younger version of him. So it's just kind of a cool legacy thing, I think. So didn't watch The Sopranos, so not like super hyped on it. But anyway, worth throwing out there. October, somehow the most loaded month in some ways. Venom 2, starting it off on a good fucking note. Directed by Andy Serkis. Hype? Big hype for the Venom 2s?
Yes. Biggest hype. Hopefully, I want to see...
More hype than Morbius, though?
Potentially. Depends of Woody Harrelson reprises his role as...
he's going to be back. Because there will be carnage.
Yes.
There will be carnage.
Depends on if he's there. If he's there, I'm all
he's
in.
He's on the Wikipedia page, and I'm taking that as gospel. He's in this shit,
go.
man.
Good deal.
They're bringing in Shriek, who is another super villainess. Oh my goodness! Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, Venom 2. Can't wait for that one. Big time. Same day though, we're getting a film called BIOS, which is a science fiction drama film directed by Miguel Sapochnik, who's done a lot of the groundbreaking, big battle episodes on Game of Thrones, which sorry to bring it up 2 episodes in a row and such, but he didn't write the damn thing, so what he has done is pretty good. So BIOS is a film starring Tom Hanks, who is about an alien inventor who is the last man on Earth that builds an android to keep him and his dog company as he goes on a journey across the country. So Tom Hanks is the last man on Earth.
It's another, it's that Robin Williams movie almost. What's that?
Bicentennial Man? Is that what you're thinking of?
That's what I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. We like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is good.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Death on the Nile, October 9th, the follow-up to Murder on the Orient Express, bringing back Kenneth Branagh and his mustache. Yep, that's the one.
Cool. I'm about
the
this.
Mustachioed Man.
Say no more.
Based off of the novel by Agatha Christie as well. All new cast, obviously. We got the likes of Gal Gadot, Armie Hammer, Rose Leslie, Letitia Wright, so Annette Bening, Russell Brand.
Hey.
Okay. So he's tasked with finding a murderer whilst on holiday in Egypt. Hercule Poirot. He's back at it. And his mustache. His mustache does the detecting most of the time, though. We know this to be true.
Like feelers on an ant.
Basically. Robert Zemeckis is coming back with an adaptation of the Roald Dahl novel The Witches. Did you ever read that book when you were a child?
Nope.
A small little child? Did you read the BFG, Roald Dahl? It was a good one.
No.
The Big Fucking Giant. I think that's what it stands for. It's a children's novel called The Big Fucking Giant. I don't know how they got away with that one, but Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer, Stanley Tucci, and Chris Rock. Chris Rock, bringing in 2020 with some Saw and some fucking kids movies too. So
that's cool. He's an active dude.
That's another one. And we're getting a biopic of Aretha Franklin called Respect in 2020.
I think I saw a trailer
Jennifer
of that.
Hudson playing Aretha Franklin in this, Forrest Whitaker in it, Mary J. Blige, and Marlon Wayans, many others. I feel like, it's like the third year in a row, I feel like we're getting like a kind of a big musical biopic. We had Bohemian a couple of years ago, trash. Rocketman last year was good. Not great, in my opinion, but Respect, I don't know. I feel like an Aretha Franklin movie could be really, really well done. They don't fuck it up or whatever, so I'm excited to see what they do with that. October 16th, Halloween Kills, the follow-up to the 2018 Halloween, the direct sequel to the first movie, Halloween, bringing back basically everyone. Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Myers is back. He burned in a house, but did he? I guess he didn't, because they're making 2 more of it, so he's probably fine, is what I'm thinking. But it's the same crew that did that one. Danny McBride co-writing, David Gordon Green back to direct. I think they actually are shooting this one and the third one, the third, quote unquote third one, back to back. Halloween Ends, so this one will be coming out October this year, and the other one will be coming out October of 2021. So we talked about the first one. We had an episode on it. I think we liked it. Wasn't amazing, but I think it was pretty good, for especially for the genre and for what the Halloween franchise has the potential to be. I thought it kind of hit the mark pretty well. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do with another one.
Totally.
Yeah. All right. October, we've got 2 more on the 23rd. First is literally G.I. Joe, a.k.a. Snake Eyes, the Snake Eyes movie, serving as an origin story of the character Snake Eyes, who is a ninja that doesn't talk. But what's going on there?
A whole movie, a whole origin movie about him.
Yep.
Maybe you find out why he doesn't talk. Maybe it is like tongue chopped off or something.
It might have been. That might have been true. I guess this is supposed to be part of the same G.I. Joe film franchise, but okay. That's kind of how I feel about it. I don't know what to tell you. Snake Eyes, he's a ninja. He's got a sword or whatever, so it's cool.
That's cool.
And then we've got October 23rd, Those Who Wish Me Dead, which is another Taylor Sheridan joint, except this is one that he is writing and directing. So,
wow. Hey.
So, yeah. Angelina Jolie, Nicholas Hoult, Tyler Perry, John Bernthal, Aidan Gillen. It's a female-driven neo-western set against a wildfire in the Montana wilderness. A teenage murder witness finds himself pursued by twin assassins in the Montana wilderness, with a survival expert tasked with protecting him and a forest fire threatening to consume them all.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah.
And it sounds very Taylor Sheridan as well. Like, you know, just so I'm no, that's enough. I'm good. Say no more, fam. I'm in. All right, 2 more months. We're gonna wind this down and get you guys out of here. November 6th will bring us the Eternals from Marvel Studios.
Yes.
Kind of a weird, totally out there thing of these aliens that have been, you know, these eternal beings, I guess, really, that have been maybe around Earth for thousands of years, created by the Celestials, protecting humanity from the deviants. God, what do these words mean? We'll find out in November, but really, really impressive cast that they've assembled. Richard Madden, Gemma Chan, Kumail Nanjiani, Selma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, Kit Harington, Jon Snow. You might say he wants it. He seems to have wanted it this time. I don't want it. She's my eternal. I was going to say it. Just wait. So yeah, this is the second of the Marvel Studios film projects that we're getting. Only the second of 2, I guess I should say. Yeah, I mean, it's a totally fucking bonkers out there kind of thing. You know, I feel like it's maybe the first time since maybe Guardians where they've really they're just going for it, and I'm kind of excited to see what that means. Yeah, so I'm excited about this one for sure. So yeah, that's a November 6th release. November 20th will bring us Godzilla vs. Kong, aka the movie where they make Kong 17 times too big so that he can realistically fight Godzilla, because otherwise he would obviously lose and this wouldn't be a movie.
Godzilla.
So
Yeah, I don't know. Godzilla doesn't fucking fight Kong, as far as I'm concerned.
I feel like just, the way that Godzilla is so big in these Godzilla movies, he just steps on him. He's done. Bye, Kong. I just stepped on you. Goodbye.
He just shoots fucking lasers.
I punted you across Skull Island.
Godzilla does not, or Kong doesn't shoot beams out of his fucking.
Yeah, was going to scratch Godzilla's hide.
The core goes to the core and just gets like nuclear bombs bombed on him. And it radiates him, gets him pumped up, and he goes up there and kicks ass. What is Kong? Kong's just a giant monkey. Like, how can you?
Excuse me, he's an ape.
Ape, gorilla. He's probably a gorilla, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's a very large gorilla, which is a kind of ape.
Is it an ape? Okay, well, whatever. Monkeys are
either
apes.
way. The point's monkeys are not apes. That's true.
Oh, okay.
They're not. They're
different.
Very different. Very different. Sorry, I'm an anthropology major. I got to correct you on it.
All right,
but I think the principle applies of how does Kong put up a fight unless they got to give him some serious buffs is what I'm going to say. So maybe he gets atomic breath too. I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe they give him some armor or some shit. I don't fucking know. Some nuclear proof armor. Mecha Kong.
That'd be pretty legit. Okay, I'm sold.
But I'm also assuming that there will be a third act villain and they have to team up. Like that's the way this movie's going to go. There's no doubt in my mind.
You think you get like a Mecha Ghidorah?
I think Mecha Ghidorah is coming. I'm definitely believing Mecha Ghidorah is coming. No doubt in my mind.
Okay.
Honestly, it sounds pretty
sold. Dope. Yeah.
But Kong better fucking lose in that mid movie fight.
I wish F9 and fucking F9. Godzilla versus Kong could be like a double feature, like a grindhouse movie.
I'd be very down for that.
Anyways,
November 25th, Raya and the Last Dragon. This is a Disney animation project, a proper Disney animation project. I think we've seen concept art from this. It's going to have Awkwafina in it as a fucking water dragon, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's a mysterious realm called Kumandra where a warrior named Raya searches for the last dragon in the world. Yeah, cool. Disney, Awkwafina, dragons. I'm in. I like it. I like it a lot. November 25th.
All right.
I don't need to see much from this, but I just have a feeling about this one. Like, it just sounds fucking cool. Just sounds cool on paper. All right, three more. The big one for you, at least, I think.
Biggest December movie of
18th.
The year.
Tell me about it. What is it? Tell the listeners, December 18th, what's coming for them?
Dune. Yeah, fuck yeah, Dune, man.
Dune from director Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
Yes.
Correct.
Starring. Rattle off the fucking thing on this. I don't have it in front of me.
All right, I got it. Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Zendaya, David Dastmalchian, Jason Momoa, Javier Bardem. Come on.
Jeez.
Come on. Ridiculous. Based off of the novel by Frank Herbert, first of a planned 2-part adaptation of that novel. I guess
Holy shit.
So is Danny getting a little ahead of himself? I hope this movie makes so much money. I don't know that it will. I don't think that it will. But god damn it, this sounds so fucking cool.
Wait till you get a trailer with Jason Momoa in it.
Dude, did you see that logo that came out like a few days ago?
Yes.
Or a week ago? I just saw that logo and I'm like,
yes.
Fuck, take all my money.
Oh, it's going to be fucking absurd. The movie of the year, fucking Dune. Calling it right now. I'm all about it.
Yes.
I can't think of anything else. I mean, yeah, Eternal sounds pretty cool. Godzilla vs. Kong could be cool.
Be fun, right? I don't know if it'd be. Yeah, it'd be cool. It could be cool.
There's movies that are probably cool, but Dune is movie of the year. Calling it. This is the Star Wars of 2020. You know, this is
better live up to expectations. Then we're looking at you, Denny. Don't let us down, Denny.
I don't think Denny will let us down.
I don't think he will. I mean, the story's there, right? You know,
who's shooting this movie? Roger Deakins. Is Roger Deakins shooting this movie?
No, he's not. I'm sorry to say. It's Greg Fraser, who has done the cinematography on Rogue One, Vice. He's doing the cinematography on the upcoming The Batman, Zero Dark 30, Let Me In, the Let the Right One In remake, American remake.
Okay.
A few others, but
all right. Well, it's not Roger Deakins. But
no Roger
okay.
Deakins. I get that. It's a little disappointing, but Hans Zimmer is doing the score, though. How's
Okay.
that?
All right.
How's that
I
for a
guess
pick-me-up?
that'll be all right. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what else do we got going on this year? Dune.
We got two more.
I don't think you're topping Dune.
I don't think so either, but that's, I wanted to let you take the reins on that one because I know you're fucking hyped for it. December 18th will also bring us Steven Spielberg's adaptation of West Side Story, the Broadway musical of the same name, but of course, cool. Could be cool. It's a classic musical. Ansel Elgort is in it. I think they cast a newcomer as Maria. She doesn't have a Wikipedia page, so she must be pretty new to the game. But I feel like Spielberg's been talking about this shit for ages, so be curious to see how it turns out. And then, last but not least, December 25th, we've got a film called The Tomorrow War.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a military science fiction action war film, is what Wikipedia describes it as, directed by Chris McKay, who has worked on a lot of the Lego movies, worked on Lego Batman. I think he was a producer on Lego Movie 2. I think he worked on the animation of the first Lego movie as well. So this is a film set in the near future that focuses on humanity's war against an invading alien force, hoping to win it by using scientists' new ability to draft soldiers from the past to the war. So, they're plucking people out of the past to fucking fight in this war against aliens. So it's Edge of Tomorrow with fucking World War I and World War II vets and shit. And, I don't know. That sounds I'm kind of into that.
That sounds pretty cool. I'll take it.
It sounds like it could be pretty fun. Chris Pratt, Von Strahovski, J.K. Simmons in this one as well. Betty Gilpin, and kind of the bigger names in that. So, I don't know. It's kind of a sounds pretty bonkers, pretty out there. I mean, fucking Christmas release. It's pretty bold. So, that's kind of the last one I had on the list. So, 2020. Looking forward to some of these things.
I want a
TV
big
shows, some of these
fucking
films.
epic swelling score for Dune.
Yes, we got Hans Zimmer. You got Hans Zimmer covering it. So I think you're
just
gonna
like fucking like sci-fi, like fucking throbbing, like whoa, 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 whoa. And then whoa, fucking Dune.
Maybe I kind of want Dune to be like a 7-hour movie.
Yes.
Like I just want to live in. I want to live in that movie for a little while, probably.
First movie shot in VR.
Yeah. They hand out little mini VR headsets at the theater.
You look around, you're fucking in Dune.
Well, the thing is, we'd have to wait for James Cameron to pioneer that technology before Denny can use it. Avatar 3 VR.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right.
It's late. We got to go to bed.
Yeah, I was going to say, any final thoughts on 2020? Looking forward to 2020. Sounding like it's rounding out pretty well.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited about it. Let's do it. Let's do 2020, dude.
So we've got things to look forward to. Let's do it. We're gonna do 2020. You heard it here first. We're gonna fucking do 2020.
So we're gonna.
Whether you fucking like it or not.
We're gonna do it.
All right. Well, we can save your thoughts on The Biggest Loser maybe for another time. So don't forget about it. Maybe we'll come back to it, or maybe we'll forget about it. Who cares? Thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard, please spread the word. You can support us on Patreon by heading to watchreviewrepeat.com, clicking the premium tab in the top left, and then clicking the Become a Patron button. Patreon is just a way to help us out. $2 a month gets you bonus episodes, gets you early access to regular episodes, and we'll be pumping out hopefully some bonus episodes in the near future for you guys to enjoy. So maybe get on that if you feel so inclined and want to help us out. That would be great. Otherwise, just head to our website, watchreviewrepeat.com, for all of your watch, review, repeat needs. You can follow us on Twitter at WRRPod. You can like us on Facebook. Next episode, we'll be kind of going back to the regular format, and I can promise the return of the Listener's Corner, since Bruce Brown has been emailing aplenty lately, and we don't have the time to talk about it tonight. But lo and behold, we will talk about it soon. So if you two want to chime in with some thoughts on movies you've seen, shows you've watched, the Oscars, which are coming up this weekend, shit like that, watchreviewrepeat@gmail.com, or just hit us up on our socials. It'll be great. Intro and outro track is Mechanolith by Kevin MacLeod, licensed under the Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. And our next episode is covering 90% Fresh, Birds of Prey, and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn, coming out in 2 days, and by golly, we got to go see it now, man. There's no debate. We got to see what the hype's
90%. Yeah, it's true. All right, maybe we're wrong.
So keep an open mind when you walk in. Maybe it's something worth catching. We'll see. And so will our listeners. Until next time, that's 2020. We will catch you guys at some point in the future. And Andrew says,
"Ladies
something.
on the Minjay."
And I say, take care now. Bye-bye then.
Oh, yeah, I took the wrong one.
That's okay. I got you.
Adios.
Goodbye.